Last week Friday, me and Travel Vlogs, we sit down for Travel Vlogs office, talk about wetin fit make Nigeria better, if at all Nigeria go better, and I give my own honest opinion. Talk say Nigeria go better if our leaders change. Now the most important thing be that, because if our leaders change, there will be no need for revolution. Travel Vlogs talk say now only if Nigeria divide, only if the south or southeast or south waiting get Biafra. So the problem of Nigeria is because Nigeria is not divided. Travel Vlog talk say I be enemy of freedom just because I no agree for the disintegration of Nigeria. And today, Travel Vlogs, I don't come. And all ye supporters of Biafra, when I talk say Akpabio na part of Biafra, and I been talk say Biafra is not the solution, because the same people where they for Biafra land, they chop our money, they commit one kind atrocity when they commit for power. They do make that money where come from federal government, no reach local government. Now the same people go handle Biafra. So how it go change? When I talk say we Akpabio we be part of Biafra, I beg make una come see waiting our own brother do. Waiting Senator Godswill Akpabio been they do. No be from me, una go hear am right now. Now, after you watch this video, tell me if person like this carry this same mindset, this same way of behavior, enter Biafra where they don't create. No be the same thing you go do. Isn't it the same thing? So the solution is not whether Biafra break up or Biafra no break up. I still stand on my word. The solution is for our leaders to change. Nobody talk say make you no chop money. Even for Israel, then they chop money. America, then they chop money. But the rate at which they chop money, no big pass the rate at which they carry that money help their own citizens. You can chop money, but waiting you they chop, is it bigger than waiting you they give your citizens or waiting the citizens that benefit from it? In fact, they make I no waste too much. I make una watch this video. Waiting this woman talk say, is it 2019 or 2020 or even before 2019? Waiting Senator Godswill Akpabio for imposition then waiting been do.
Nobody makes any payment in NDDC without Godswill Akpabio's approval. When we first came to NDDC, on the day of going for the inauguration, he told me in the car that, Madam MD, if you don't do what I say, the same pen with which I use to sign your letter, it will be the same pen that I will use to remove you. He said the first thing I should do when I get to Port Harcourt is to change the dollars in the NDDC account. I was scared to do that. After that, he came to Port Harcourt 2 days after the inauguration. He said the first thing I should do is to make sure I change the dollars. I should remove Mr. Kaltungo from being legal and send him on compulsory retirement, that we cannot have a northerner be the head of the legal team, of the legal unit. He said I should remove all the other directors that refused to take his instruction during the time of Mrs. Aguagaga. That was the predecessor before I came. So he came also with a draft, which I've submitted, with a draft letter that I should write and put it on my letterhead, implicating Senator Mobushi for collecting contracts in NDDC. I told him that I will not, I'm a lawyer, and that whoever alleges must prove the fact that Senator Mobushi is giving us trouble as IMC. You remember also that they did not recognize the IMC. I said I will not do that letter. He said I was ungrateful and I refused to do the letter. Dr. Cairo now said that he will do the letter. If Akpabio tells him to kill, he will kill before he asks, why did he kill? I said, for me, I will not do the letter. that we should not pay for anything like that. He said, and guess what? Akpabio never signs any documents. He will always refuse to sign, but he will tell you to go and commit the fraud. For instance, he told me to go and raise a memo and give an emergency contract for flood victims. He wanted me to take an oath. He has denied that, but I want to say today, he told me up to 3 times until we had a reconciliation meeting at the villa in the house of Mr. Sadiki Abba, who is the SA to the president on domestics. In that meeting was Alhaji Mekano. He said the only condition was if I take the oath. I refused to take the oath, and I did not take that oath. And I will never take the oath from him. So he said he was going to remove me. He started a campaign of calumny against me. He said I did not answer him because the facts will speak for itself. Now, to end this matter about the procurement process, I refused to go with him to deceive Mr. President at the FEC meeting because the Procurement Act says if I contravene any section of the Procurement Act, it's 5 years imprisonment without an option of fine. So if I go and say they should pay for the process, if you see, they say it's for 2020 budget. Akpabio went to get the approval from FEC. The 2020 budget has not even been discussed by the National Assembly till today. The 2020 budget has not been passed. However, he lied to FEC, which is the greatest embarrassment in this country, for a budget that has not been passed, for an approval to be given for that procurement. I refuse to
now tell me,
because he wanted
Senator Godswill Akpabio,
for the procurement,
that is from Akwa State,
ministry,
as a Biafran person, see the kind of character we get.
I refuse.
If now Senator Godswill Akpabio was a Senate president or was a leader under the Biafran nation, no be the same thing in for do. Maybe in for talk say make that woman come out person away from another state of Biafra. Maybe for tell that woman, make that woman no sign that this thing for Anambra person or for Imo person or for another person. You no matter say in tell am say make him do that thing to somebody from the north na bad character. So if him fit do am to person away from north, maybe because say the person do am or northerners they segregate southerners or westerners. So must you repay the same coin? Can't you change? No, you know, so I say change go start from you. If person do your own tribe something, must you repay the same way? Now so it they start. If him fit do this thing, tell this one make him do this thing to that northerner. How you think say no go fit talk say make them do the same thing to somebody from Imo or from other states where they in Biafra nation? So the solution no be Biafra. If person they bad, person they bad. Now until the leaders themselves will change, that's when Nigeria will change. And come to talk of Senator Godswill Akpabio, what a guan. Which kind of behavior be this? What is this? All the money where you get no do you. Must you behave this way? This is not right. And when I hear that's the way that woman talk say now before 2020 for 2020 budget. Now if Akpabio behaved like this, if this was how corrupt and how bad it was, how come they still nominate him as a Senate president? Sure, now see now the same thing why they talk. If we no change, nothing go change. Whether na Biafra, whether na Oduduwa, whether na nothing go change. The change starts within us. That na how Nigeria go change. Make una check other countries, other Western countries, other world powers. Their leaders they chop, but waiting they do for the citizens, as in they chop, then they do something for the citizens. But our own country, we just want Colombia everything. And after we don't Colombia, nobody go want take responsibility. So Biafrans, make una tell me today whether Senator Godswill Akpabio from Akwa Ibom, whether no be Biafran. And I've been talking last time when me and Travel Vlogs talk this thing. Say, okay, if the solution be Biafra, why is it that in Biafra land, when governors of those Biafra states, when they collect allocation budget, how many of them don't do something good for their own people? How many of them? But instead, a lot of them, they Colombia the money for their own selfish interest. So when Biafra come, is it not the same thing that will happen? Is it not the same thing? So my brother, if you not like, we could not feel talk say I be enemy of freedom. But that is my own opinion. Biafra or no Biafra, change starts within us. If we no fit change, nothing will work in that country. And when I talk change, I not just make una turn from devil to angels. Leaders said they no be angels. Me and my woman just talk and say they are not angels, but as in the chop, then they help the people. But our own country, na so e be.